Odell Beckham Jr., or OBJ, is one of the NFL's most electrifying and recognizable stars. His rookie season with the New York Giants in 2014 changed everything, especially after his legendary one-handed catch against the Cowboys, a play that instantly made him a household name. Beckham's blend of jaw-dropping athleticism and bold personality made him a superstar, both on and off the field. He's known for his unique style, passionate celebrations, and a brand that extends far beyond football. From magazine covers to commercials, OBJ's influence is undeniable. His career has been a roller coaster. Record-breaking highs with the Giants, a Super Bowl win with the Rams, and plenty of drama in between. As a three-time Pro Bowler, Beckham's impact on the game is cemented in NFL history. That's why, even now, OBJ remains a central figure in the football world. On October 7, 2025, the NFL world was rocked. News broke that would send shockwaves through every locker room, front office, and fan base across the country. The story dominated headlines, social media feeds, and sports talk shows within minutes, as everyone scrambled to process what had just happened. Odell Beckham Jr., one of the league's most electrifying and controversial wide receivers, received a 6-game suspension. The announcement was swift and decisive, leaving little room for speculation or debate about the league's intentions. The news hit the league's transaction wire and immediately became the talk of the football world. Reporters rushed to confirm details, while fans and analysts alike debated the implications for Beckham, his team, and the league as a whole. At 32, every game matters for Beckham, and this ban puts his career on pause at a critical time. For a player who's battled injuries and fought to stay relevant in a league that's always looking for the next big thing, missing 6 games is more than just a setback. It's a potential turning point. Any team considering signing him now faces a tough decision: his undeniable talent versus his unavailability for nearly half the remaining season. Front offices must weigh the risk of bringing in a player who won't be able to contribute until late in the year, and who now carries the stigma of a major suspension. The timing couldn't be worse, mid-season, when teams are looking for that extra push to make a playoff run. With rosters already set and chemistry established, integrating a star player after such a long absence is a gamble few coaches are willing to take. This isn't Beckham's first league discipline, but it's his longest, and for a much more serious reason. Previous infractions were minor by comparison, but this time the consequences are severe, and the spotlight is even brighter. The suspension is for violating the NFL's policy on performance-enhancing substances, a major blow to his reputation. For a player whose career has been defined by highlight reel catches and off-field drama, this latest chapter threatens to overshadow all his past achievements. The league treats these violations with utmost seriousness, and the 6-game length reflects that. The NFL's message is clear: no player, no matter how famous, is above the rules. The suspension serves as a warning to others and a reminder of the league's commitment to integrity. Now, Beckham's comeback is clouded with uncertainty. He faces a long road back, both in terms of regaining his physical form and rebuilding trust with teams, fans, and the league itself. The question isn't just when he'll return, but what kind of player and person he'll be when he does. The football world is left wondering what's next for OBJ. Will he find redemption and return to glory? Or will this suspension mark the beginning of the end for one of football's most captivating stars? The official reason for Beckham's suspension? It all comes down to a single pivotal moment that changed the course of his season, and perhaps his career. A failed drug test from the 2024 season with the Miami Dolphins. The news sent shockwaves through the league as fans and analysts alike tried to process what this meant for one of football's most electrifying talents. The test revealed elevated testosterone levels, well above the NFL's strict threshold. These results weren't just a minor blip, they were significant enough to trigger an immediate investigation and set off a chain reaction within the organization. In the league's eyes, it doesn't matter if it was intentional or accidental. The policy is clear and the penalty is automatic. The NFL's rules are designed to be black and white, leaving little room for interpretation or appeals based on circumstance. The NFL's PED policy is about protecting the game's integrity, and Beckham's case is a high-profile example. The league wants to send a message: no player, no matter how famous, is above the rules. This is about maintaining a level playing field for everyone. Players are held strictly responsible for what's in their bodies, no exceptions. Even if a banned substance is ingested accidentally, through supplements, medication, or even contaminated products, the consequences are the same. It's a harsh reality that every athlete must face. The process from failed test to suspension announcement can take months, which is why a 2024 test led to a 2025 ban. Behind the scenes, there are appeals, reviews, and legal consultations, all while the player's future hangs in the balance. For Beckham, this finding is a tough narrative to shake, regardless of intent. The stigma of a failed drug test can linger long after the suspension is served, affecting public perception and even future opportunities in the league. The public conversation quickly shifted from the suspension itself to debates about how this could happen to such a star. Was it a mistake, a lapse in judgment, or something more complicated? Fans, pundits, and former players all weighed in, fueling endless speculation. OBJ's reputation now faces its biggest test yet. As the spotlight intensifies, every move he makes will be scrutinized, and the road to redemption will be long and uncertain. Beckham didn't stay silent after the suspension. Instead, he chose to confront the situation directly, refusing to let rumors or speculation define his narrative. The days following the announcement were filled with tension, but Beckham made it clear he would not shy away from the spotlight or the tough questions. He addressed the controversy head-on during an emotional interview on the Pivot podcast. Sitting across from the hosts, Beckham opened up about the pain and frustration he felt, not just as an athlete, but as a person whose character was being questioned on a national stage. Beckham accepted the league's decision, acknowledging the authority of the NFL, but he was adamant that he never knowingly cheated the game. He spoke with a sense of vulnerability, sharing how much the sport means to him and how deeply the accusations had affected him. "You can say whatever you want about me," he declared, his voice steady but emotional. The words carried the weight of someone who has faced criticism before, but this time the stakes felt even higher. "I stand firm in knowing who I am today. I ain't never cheated anybody but myself." With this statement, Beckham tried to draw a line between mistakes and intentional wrongdoing, making it clear that his integrity was not for sale. His words struck a chord. He owned the situation without admitting to intentional wrongdoing. The hosts listened intently, and the audience could sense the raw honesty in his voice. Beckham's willingness to be vulnerable in such a public forum was a testament to his desire to set the record straight. Beckham used the podcast to share his side, emphasizing his love for football and his commitment to being a role model. He spoke about the responsibility he feels toward young fans who look up to him, and how important it is for him to demonstrate accountability, even in difficult times. He promised to serve the suspension and return stronger, making it clear this incident wouldn't define him. Beckham talked about his plans to train harder, focus on his mental health, and come back not just as a better player, but as a better person. The interview showed a player determined to protect his integrity, even as he faced public scrutiny. Every question, every headline, was a reminder of the pressure he was under, but Beckham's resolve never wavered. Beckham's emotional plea was a bid to salvage his reputation and move forward. He wanted fans, teammates, and critics alike to know that he was taking responsibility, but also standing up for his truth. He's not making excuses, but he's adamant. This wasn't a deliberate attempt to cheat. Beckham explained the circumstances, insisting that any mistake was unintentional, and that he would never compromise the integrity of the game he loves. For OBJ, it's about resilience and redemption. He knows the road ahead won't be easy, but he's determined to prove that setbacks don't define a legacy. How you respond to them does. The 6-game ban complicates Beckham's free agency. Once a top target for playoff contenders, he's now sidelined until at least Week 12 of the 2025 season. Any team that signs him must wait. He can't practice or play until the suspension is over. At 33, time off the field only raises more questions about his durability and readiness. Beckham will have to train alone, away from coaches and teammates, making a late-season return even tougher. When eligible, he'll need to quickly learn a new playbook and build chemistry with a new quarterback. Despite these hurdles, Beckham remains optimistic and focused on staying ready. His agent is working behind the scenes, searching for a team willing to take a chance. For now, OBJ's comeback is a waiting game. Despite the suspension, Beckham has made it clear he wants to join a contender. He's named the Kansas City Chiefs and Pittsburgh Steelers as intriguing options, both teams that could use his big play ability. A reunion with the Los Angeles Rams, where he won a Super Bowl, is also on his radar. Beckham even mentioned the New York Giants, the team that launched his career, as a possible destination. Each team offers a unique opportunity, but all would be taking a risk on a veteran with something to prove. Whether any of them will take the chance remains to be seen. OBJ's preferred landing spots are set, now it's up to the teams. Beckham's recent seasons have been a mixed bag. In 2023 with the Ravens, he showed flashes of his old self, 35 catches, 565 yards, and 3 touchdowns, plus a career-high 16.1 yards per reception. But Baltimore didn't re-sign him, and in 2024, he joined the Miami Dolphins. Injuries plagued his time in Miami. He started the year on the PUP list and never found his rhythm. Beckham played just 9 games, finishing with only 9 catches for 55 yards and no touchdowns. The Dolphins waived him in December, and no team picked him up. Now, he's a free agent, fighting to prove he still belongs. His recent struggles only add to the challenge of his comeback. Beckham's career is a tale of highs and lows. His crowning moment came in Super Bowl LVI, catching a touchdown for the Rams before a devastating ACL tear ended his night and his season. That injury forced him to miss all of 2022, starting a long rehab just as he reached the top. Injuries have been a constant theme, from his Giants days through stints in Cleveland, Los Angeles, Baltimore, and Miami. He's been a 3-time Pro Bowler and a record setter, but health has always been his biggest obstacle. Beckham's journey is a reminder of how quickly fortunes can change in the NFL. Triumph and setback have always gone hand in hand for OBJ. Despite everything, suspension, injuries, and recent struggles, Beckham's determination hasn't faded. He's focused on making a comeback, training hard and staying ready for his next shot. Beckham wants to join a contender and prove he can still make a difference when it matters most. His ambition is clear. He's not just looking for a roster spot, but a chance to compete for another title. The 6-game ban is a hurdle, but not the end. The football world will be watching in late November to see if OBJ gets another chance. If his resolve is any indication, his story isn't over yet. Beckham is ready for one more chapter on the NFL stage.